I'm searching for an apprentice. Someone to train in the art of righteous warfare.
I once ruled Ashur-Merub. Then came a war I could not win.
Faithless coward!
I return.
I stand with you.
Your destiny.
Never cross the Queen.
I hear the wilds call. Tremble before me.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to game number 1 between citrus-colored squash and Brickhouse. Look at me, I didn't even have to look over that manager to find out what the game's names were. I actually paid attention. I knew this stuff. Because I am basically the best. We do go ahead and now first pick, going over to the side of Brickhouse. Is that right? I was under the impression that Citrus had first pick. I predict we may have the lobby remade in a second. Either that or I don't remember. Yep, there we go. So, we'll be right back. Just kidding, y'all. Okay, here we go. For real this time, presumably. So we should have first pick going to the side of Citrus Color Squash. They did win the coin flip. First, our map pick, it did ultimately go over to the side of Brickhouse. Looking at our maps real quick, because we have a screen for that, we do go ahead and have... Okay, that's really confusing. We ended up having, like, this screen, and I was like, why is there no sound on the screen? That's a little bit confusing, concerning. I'm not a big fan of that. But, we do go ahead and have, Citrus Color Squash do go ahead and get rid of... There we go. Get that thing, girl. Do get rid of Braxis because they hate fun, and Battlefield of Eternity because they hate bees. On the other side, we do have Tomb and Towers being taken out by Brickhouse. And we are, as you saw, over here on Volskaya so far. So, looking at we do have Deathwing being the first band coming out of the side of Citrus Colored Squash. They do not want the Darkin. They want to make sure that whoever, like, because Deathwing just takes a lot of pepper to bring down. He's like an Omega-Lisk. That'd be cool. Deathwing should get an Omega-Lisk skin. Yeah, I said it. We do go ahead and have Hogair coming out here. And by coming out, I mean being banned out. Not coming out. Hogger is not in this game because you all are lame. I'm in a mood. I don't know what to tell you guys. So my hair always parts in a really, like, awkward way, a way I don't like. So we do go and have, aw, wow, look at this. Look at this. Citrus Colored Squash are just saying we hate dragons. What next? Are you gonna ban Alex? You're gonna have the Anduin banned out. So we do end up with a 2 offlaners and 2 healers being banned out. Obviously, Deathwing can also be in the 4-man, but I see him a little bit more often in the offlane than I do in the 4-man. There we have, as our first pickup. Wow, my camera got really, like, blurry. Let's not have that. We do go and have a Nubrak being picked up by Mesos. Mesos has always been good at a Nubrak. Nubrak, the engaged tank, or one of the most engaging tanks, him and Diablo. Sylvanas being picked up by Tater, and then Dizzy Wingman coming out on their preferred Leoric. Leoric? Da, da. Alright, there's Nibala coming out, being played by T-Cat, and then we do got Stoic on the Old Man Deckard Kane. It's still really weird to me that Stoic is playing healer. Every single time I cast this team, I'm always like, but where's Summer? I came here for Summer? And Summer's never here, and it makes me sad. We do go and have T-Cat on the Vala. So we do go and have a DPS being taken for both sides before bans. Offlaner on the side of Brickhouse, whereas the tank and the healer being picked up on the side of Citrus. So I would expect to see, I was going to say, either an offlaner or another DPS. They do get rid of Chromie because, guys, you knew they weren't picking the Chromie. You knew Citrus is afraid of dragons. So I don't know why you bothered voicing your ban on Chromie. There's no way Chromie was coming out. Here comes the Alex ban. I would laugh so hard if that actually happened. That would just literally make my night. Note that you get rid of the Dibbles, who has a no, okay, I guess Angel Skin doesn't have a dragon skin. Would you consider the Kaiju skin to be a dragon? That is the question. We do have Stukov coming out from Zesty, and then May is going to be May into a Nubarak. May, one of the most defensive tanks, not quite as defensive as Johanna, but still very, very, very able to survive a decent bit of damage. And Nubarak's gonna have a hard time stunning the May out. Stukov, obviously. Stukov is actually a really good pickup here, although less so. I feel like if Stukov messes May up, if Stukov was on the other team, May becomes suddenly a super, super difficult pick.
Do your worst.
You go and have Uriel coming out, so it's going to be Uriel versus Leoric. I hate this matchup as Leoric. It's really, really, really difficult. Now, obviously not, because she can knock you back and keep you from draining hope. Although if you get the extended range, you can actually stay in it. You can also mess with her by being unstoppable, right? As she looks like she's going for that hit. So you can nullify her a lot. It is very much a skill matchup. It's just people who play Uriel are usually really good at it. So I still hate it because I'm decent at Leoric, but no one picks Uriel unless they're good at Uriel. It's a big problem. But with that being said, I'll go and get into the game. Predictions are up in just a second. By the time you hear this, they're probably already live. Put your money where your mouth is, and I will see you in game number 1. Alright, and coming into game number 1, we do go ahead and have Mesos leading the way out, be the first one to spawn in, playing a Nubarak. We do have T-Cat on the Valhalla. Lamort is coming on out here on the Junkrat. Ace is going to be playing the Uriel, and we do going to have Stoic on the Old Man Deckard Kane. They are your blue team. They are the Cavaliers of Calamity. They are Citrus Colored Squash. Meanwhile, on the orange side of the battlefield, we do go ahead and have Tater coming out here on the Sylvanas, the Sugar Plum Sylvanas. We do gonna have Zesty coming out here and playing the Stukov. We do have Dizzy Wingman playing that there Leoric. Ronan gonna be playing the Karazim. And then, what did I not say? Little Soul is going to be playing the May coming out here. We have both teams 5-mans coming to the middle. Oh, yeah, they are your orange team, the Brigadiers of... Yeah, what's a B word that means like intimidation or domination? The Barony of Anti-Benevolence. We'll go with that because I can't think of anything else. A lot of damage coming through. We actually have Ronan getting knocked very, very far. Thankfully, Ronan is pretty close to their healer. We do gonna have... Oh, Tater. Did go and grab that. I was really worried that you'd have a stun. There comes a new rock looking in there. Ronan moving in. Ronan, be careful. There came the healing camp. Just like superhero dropping in. Down at the bottom, we do go and have this battle between Wingman and Ace. Right, both teams do go and go over to their camps. This is a map all about picking up your toys. You have a healing toy, and you have 2 shooty toys. Both teams said they want a shooty toy to start off with. Neither one seems particularly interested in invading, but oh my god, we actually had Dizzy Wingman being driven back by Urel. So that's going to give a little bit of an experience, like, momentary advantage. But it actually looks like the other team managed to get ahead of their opponents in rotations. Alright, Lamort got aggressive on a little bit, but did go in and get out of there. A-okay. I do think that was largely a response to the fact that they left Lamort to try and double stun, and Lamort was prevented from doing that. It looks like both teams have caught up and are level 4 at this point. We got our talents at level 1. We do have Puncturing Arrow being picked up by the Valhalla. I don't see blow him up very often on Junkrat. I don't remember what talent I usually see, but it's not that one. I hear is Stoic going through, hitting people with his bonk stick. Mace's making sure no one tries to move in here. On the other side, we do go and have this camp already picked up on the side of Brickhouse, but that does mean that most likely this camp will be fought under the towers, which will give prior to this camp. Well, as I say that, maybe not. Yeah, there's May getting out of there. That is not May, that is Kerosene. Oh, I needed to scroll down. All 5 members of Brickhouse were there, and Vala waltzed in to her death. It was a death waltz. We do go in quite a bit. Stoic is still moving in there. Stoic's like, I'm not scared of you. Maybe you should be scared of them. That is all 5 of them, Stoic. Urel isn't even really in the area. Like, Urel was close by. With that being taken care of, we do go ahead and have the push. They still have these up here, trying to go ahead and push with this, get some value done. And they are going, it looks like May on her way up. Little Soul going to try and get this thing here, along with Rodin. Lots of damage going down on Zesty, and Zesty having a hard time getting out of her. Does get bonked back by the Urel, and there goes Stukov. Stukov not very well renowned for having a very good escape, so that is going to be no Stukov for 15 seconds, but they're actually not staying on the point. Okay, there we go. Mace is going to get back on the point. I was going to say, wasting a little bit of this time when they don't have Stukov, and they get guaranteed channel. Meanwhile, Vala does actually go ahead and take out Rodin jumping in here, but there is the turret coming down, shooting into Tiket just a little bit. 2 kills to 1 now in favor of Citrus Colored Squash as Tiket picks up that kill. But of course, Leo's going to be back very quickly. And here comes the real engage. Everyone is nearby except Vala is not actually down here. So this is a fight that Citrus should not actually commit to too heavily because they do not have their full 5. And their opponents theoretically do. Yep, there's the Unstoppable coming up to Bezos. He's have to move back. Tappy tap tap tap. Little Soul being attacked on a little bit. Big Dorito comes out, goes ahead and actually catches the Leoric. Leoric's got nowhere to go. All dressed up with nowhere to go. There are 2 turrets on the point. Both of them under control of Brickhouse. One of them just got taken out. There is another one being sealed just a bit. Tater down to about half health as they start moving here. Also, decent bit of damage. We do have Vala unable to move. Vala does get, there's Ace walking through the silence. And here comes Ace. Ace trying to get away. Ronan is trying to chase down TCAT. Not quite able to do it. And here is the first protector does come out in favor of Brickhouse. They were able to last long enough. They were able to push their opponents back. And they're making a beeline for the top. Apparently saying, you know what? We're going to play this where we're going to knock down the defenses of the front wall at each place. That way when people are trying to retreat, we can still chase them. They're not going to be able to get the entire fort. There's no way. They already get one of the towers down. In the old days, you would always see them come up here and try and take out the Moonwell, but the Moonwell is now invulnerable, so that's not going to happen. Guys, I said you could not get the fort? Hello, chat? You're not reading the script, help! Alright, there we have that being taken out. Little Soul is down. We do go in now. The swipe coming through. Little Soul does get targeted a bit. There's Zessie. Zessie gets slept within range, and that's going to be a dead Stukov. Stukov goes in and is taken out by the Vala. A little bit of a vengeance there. The Vala was being very, very mean. Or Stukov was being very mean to Vala. Kind of like set her up to get killed up here earlier. With that being said, we do go have the heal camp now, right now being picked up for Citrus Colored Squash. Meso's going to go ahead and put that into his buggy little pocket. And there's Mesos going back and forth. We do go down from the Mort down here, going and picking up their heavier ordnance. I guess heavy ordnance would have to be the warhead for Warhead Junction. This is just a turret. Let me not try and give it more credit than it deserves. Mesos might be in a bit of trouble here. Does have to burrow out. They were really, really, really looking for the bug. They want this fort down. I think they may get it because it does look like two people are coming up, but Junkrat's staying down below. He's a fool, can't you see? And he's waiting for me down below, down below, down below. Hello, Giselle. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I need to advertise these better because no one knows I'm streaming. Like, people on NGS do, but they're just being rude to me, very mean. We do have Ronan. Ronan goes in, tries to punch a building. That's just Monks in a nutshell. Monks is just like, that building, I hate it. I punch the crap out of that building. I think that means that every character from Street Fighter is, in fact, a monk, because they just are like, you know what? In the bonus round, let me beat the crap out of a car. Alright, 16 stacks on the arrow. Soul comes down, tries to push people back. TK gets a decent bit of damage. We do go and have the Cocoon coming out. Big Riptire catches 4 of them. Obviously not level 20, does not get a reduced cooldown. Mesos does come and get caught into the ice wall. There's the Leorc lowering down to about 40%. Oh, Leo in trouble, and that's going to be a dead Skeleton King. So that is a 4th kill picked up for the side of Citrus Colored Squash. Giselle, if you don't know, Mesos here, who is the tank for the blue team, used to be my tank when I very, very first started playing Heroes of the Storm. Oh, T-Cat's super, super, super low. Ronan trying to go in there and get them, but not quite able to do so.
Activated. Take control of it.
I have suddenly discovered a hiccup. We do have Ace down here continuing to try to get soaked. We do have about a level lead right now on the side of Citrus Colored Squash. You see Wingman getting a little bit of suck onto Ace. little bit indecisive. Did not end up going for Tater on that one. Trying to go and get Zesty. Zesty trying to get out the big knockback, and that's going to be a dead Stukov. Zesty, that's not the problem. Stukov is a really, really good healer, but you gotta be super careful in positioning. If you're able to be displaced at all, and obviously Urel is very good at displacing people, then it's very, very hard to escape. You got the heal camp being picked up once again. They've already got one. Meso still has their healer pocket, but here comes a second. We picked up by Stoic. 2 healing bacons. Wait, what are you talking about? I didn't disappear. Unless you're referring to the fact that I'm not on screen. Yeah, I'm never on screen during games. I'm only on screen during drafts and the post-game analysis. You gotta have Mesos moving back just a little bit. I'm like really concerned that for some reason the audio isn't being picked up, which would be terrible. I'd be so sad. Alright, the Protector is down. Going to be occupied by T-Cat and... And so, like, yeah, both their DPS are in there. They need to be very careful with this, because now there's not a lot keeping the other team from just rushing past them and hitting their backline. Stoic is having to play very far back, having to be very, very careful. There's a little bit of distraction just because down here we do go and have Ace pushing in, trying to go ahead and get damage done to this bottom fort. Oh, there's a Sans. That's going to be a Stoic just like, or Deckard Cain, just like Stukov, just does not have a lot of good escapes. So as soon as you get on top of Deckard Cain, you just do lots and lots and lots of beautiful and wonderful damage. Alright, it does look like we've got this thing popping, and the relatively vulnerable characters right in the middle of the enemy team. Lots of damage on the Vala. Vala trying to get out of here, just go ahead and dodge roll out. Down to about 123 health, but will actually survive. We do go ahead and have the 5-man, it does have to move back, does not want to fight underneath that. And at the end of the day, although they got the Protector, they did not actually get any, they knocked down the front wall of all 3 of them. But none of the actual forts are down just yet. And this is going to be the turret being picked up on the side of Brickhouse. They're a brick house. You're going to have Mesos up the top lane, going in and trying to get up this experience. We are about a level and a quarter away from level 20. On the side of Citrus Color Squash, they should be a little bit before their opponents. Oh, there's a big engage. We're going to go ahead and rush in, but there's Ace. Ace moves in, taking a little bit of damage. There is the stay a while aggression. Sissy goes in and uses Flame Swipe in order to disengage forcibly. We do go have the Mei coming down. Mei is going to be absolutely okay. Does go in Ice Block, and there's the counter engage. Silence comes down, and goodbye Vala. Vala gets taken out by a clever Entomb. Ronan trying to get past those grenades. It's almost like the dance of the grenade. It does look like CCS only has 1 turret at this point. I do not think that they've used both their heal camps. Let's see, Stoic and Mesos don't have one anymore. On the other side, we do have a heal camp and 2 turrets on the side of Brickhouse. But there goes Ace. Ace clears up the bottom fort. Gonna go and get that taken care of.
I'm stuck. Starting up an excess terminal.
There's Ice Wall. Oh, a big sleep, but then we also have the Ice Wall. There, massive. We do go have the big explosion. There goes Little Soul very, very low. Tater very, very low as well. Tater down to 50 health, but Volley was taken out. It's a 1-for-1 so far. The Little Soul actively on the retreat, trying to go and get out of there. There's Tater. Tater got up to 100 and does go and teleport back. That ends up being a 1-for-1. Both teams level 20 at this point. We got our level 20 talents. We do have Rewind on the Anubarak, Death Siphon, Perfect Game, Cannonball, and Seraphim. On the other side of the battlefield, we do go ahead and get the Withering Barrage, Shatter, Controlled Chaos, Buried Alive, and Fist of Legend.
Hero slain.
Bonkston couldn't save you that time. I'm an old man with a bonk stick. That's what Decker Kane says. You're going to have the lower point being taken by Brickhouse right now. Brickhouse going and standing on this point like a boss. The dizziest wingman. We do have Junkrat, Lamort trying to go and get them off at this point. There's a big push, but because it's so bonus, and not actually any defense coming out. However, T-Cat trying to go and get this. There's the Instafla coming out, and it looks like Tater will escape. We're up to 62%, and they are moving down towards Leoric, or at the very least, Vala is. Urel, a little bit distracted, a little bit on the wrong side of the battlefield. So go away, but please don't make me ask again. Breath is being channeled right now on the side of the Blue Mins. We see Moonman walking in, tries to go with it, gets taken care of. Hello, Ektar, welcome. Ronan is in this game. A's going deep. We do go now. A nice absorption shield. Takes a lot of that Charisma 7-sided strike. Oh, but we actually do have a little bit of an anti-synergy. It's not going to take it out. Tater's super low. Not quite going to go down, but on the other side. Oh my god. Okay, that was great. They're like spinning up to stay a while. But there is a kill on Davala. We do have Stoic going down as well. Very low health pools on the side of Brickhouse, but much higher than the no health pools. A little Soul. Soul goes down to like 87 health, but going to be okay. And here comes the Protector. Protector's so good at protecting that it has 5 offensive abilities. Keep in mind, there has been a camp pushing top lane this whole time.
Red team has
So a little bit of value is being had. But we do have the Protector at the bottom. Protector is where the real action is, as they're just going in and looking at Keep. Looking for Keep to do a trick. So there goes the first keep of the game against the brutal assault of Brickhouse. The brutal bricks of Brickhouse. We're going to go with that. I gotta talk for a second. You know what? Don't make fun of me. We do go on out. Oh, there is the Zesty going in. Does not quite get booted back into the other team. You see Moonman does get knocked out. We do go down the Death Siphon, getting stopped by the Ice Wall. Coming back, going ahead and a lot of value here. We have Zesty getting hit by the Death Siphon. Death Siphon does not stop as long as you keep getting hits with it. That's a triple kill on the side of CCS. So just called Squad moving in here and saying, you know what? You may have our heat, you may take our land, but you'll never take our lives because we always respawn. May not have been as inspiring as William Balls, but they don't have to do what they can. And here comes a counter keep from the side of Citrus Colored Squash. Ronan dives in there. Ronan needs to be a little bit careful. But actually gets a new rock. I did not think there was any way that new rock was going down there. A little bit of aggression onto Sylvanas. There is Ronan. Ronan does not have any chill. CCS says, Ronan, go sit down. You might be able to 2v5, but you can't 1v4. However, Tater is back out. Dizzy Wingman is on the battlefield, and they're only 10 seconds away from May and Stukov. I don't think they can end here. However, Tater almost gets taken out a second earlier, and they would get knocked into team, and there would be a dead Sylvanas. Shields are gone, and damage is getting done to the core, but here comes the rest of the team. Little Soul is moving out, and this could be really, really bad because this is the opportunity for Brickhouse to go ahead and catch a lot of stuff. There is the first one going down. There is the Death Siphon. Death Siphon is just taking no prisoners. Oh my goodness. T-Cat turning that fight around almost single-handedly, and that may be the end of game number 1. I think CCS now with a 50-second window can go ahead and clear the rest of this. Little Soul does go ahead. I really thought Brickhouse was about to turn this around and move to bottom lane and just start killing everything. That is not what we ended up seeing. We do go and have the Death Squad moving forward, going ahead and getting damage. Ace trying to make sure they don't come out and move into this. There is the Assault, and goodbye. First, Nexus goes down against the Assault of Citrus Colored Squash. All right, so I got pinged, and I want to make sure nothing important was going on. We do go ahead and have looking at the hero damage. Actually, for Joselle. Oh, wow, that's much bigger than it should have been. Oh, my goodness. Why is that like that? No. Someone must have redeemed boots. We do go ahead and have, in terms of damage, T-Cat does lead the way, 105,000 damage over 22-minute game. We have 82,000 damage coming out of Lamort, and then Sylvanas, much less at 61. We do have a 4-kill advantage on the side of CCS, and that's probably the reason why. Much harder to heal that, because it's just a lot of damage happening in a very short period of time. In terms of healing, we do have Karazim out healing the Deckard by about 1,000. But again, I mean, there was more to heal, so take that into account. We do go in that in terms of the Yrel, 25,000 damage coming out of Ace, 20,000 damage coming out of the dizziest of Wingmen. I say damage, I mean soak. Talents, we got those. Looking at our offlaners, we do go and have Dizzy Wingman coming out using the Consume Vitality, wanting to be able to swing that mace very, very often. Do have Hopelessness for extra range and a lot of Drain talents. Does not go the mace build and does not go the damage cutting build. Does go with just, I want to be able to use this ability more often. Keeps me in the fight basically forever. Buried Alive does get brought down. And then I don't really play Yrel, so I can't talk intelligently about those talents. But I can talk intelligently about game number 2, which will be coming up in just a second. Don't go anywhere, and I will see you on the flip. Alright, and we are back. Welcome to map number 2 here on Dragonshire. Looking at the map and looking at what we can kind of expect to come out of this map. You know what? 1 second. Okay. Sorry, had to like fix my throat a little bit. Like I could just feel it not being quite where I want it to be. We do go and have the first ban and first pick coming out of the side of Brickhouse. Brickhouse is going to go ahead and move in here, try and get a established. We were talking in the lobby about are you legally allowed to ban dragons on Dragonshire, or do Deathwing, Chromie, Alex, and Brightwing have to be allowed through? We can talk about, you know, does Kaiju Diablo count? Does the Deathwing Mech Diva count? What about the Shimada twins? Hugger is the first band, definitely not a dragon, and also definitely not a Shire. I don't think we have any Shire heroes, but you know what? We have to be fair. If we're making exceptions for dragons, we have to make exceptions for Shires. That's just how it works. So with that, we do go and have the second or the first band on the side of Colored Squash. What are they afraid of? They do go and still get rid of the Deathwing in clear violation of what we talked about before. Well, actually, I think they were those that brought it up. So not only are they cheating, but they're hypocrites. Oh my god. Things are going pretty well, Melby. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I told you I was casting tonight. You didn't believe me. You were like, Raka is lying to me. And I am not, and I want an apology. Just for that, I'm having a treat. Right there is the new rat coming out, along with the Hogger. And by coming out, I mean being banned out. By coming out, I mean is not allowed to come out, stay in the closet, Nubarak. And lastly, it is the Tassaface being banned out. So keep in mind, last time they actually ended up banning, I believe, both Anduin and Brightwing. And this time, no healers were banned. So healers are going to be a little bit freer to do whatever the heck they want.
The crusade calls.
We will go and have the Johanna in the big honkin' armor coming out first. I do really like this armor on her, and it also does not seem like Kyberries and I have had long discussions about the impracticality of the Nova armor. So it looks like actual armor. Have fun Pokemon raid hour, and then a stressful drive home. Aww.
Change is upon us.
Well, congratulations on being understanding the way to drive. You shouldn't need the lines, but I can also understand where you're just like,
Victory
I don't want to
for
go
the
too far.
Forsaken.
I don't want to, because all of a sudden you got that like weird, the mat kind of feels like you're off in the gravel a little bit, and you're just like, am I okay? So I totally understand that. We do have Ace coming out on the deck in Dahaka.
I will fight to my last breath.
You're going to have a Zesty come in. Now, here's the thing. Dahaka is a global, but Dahaka also really has a hard time into Rexar, and this is one of Rexar's best maps. I do not know if Wingman plays Rexar, but playing Dahaka into the unknown is a little bit scary because you can just get hard countered up top and constantly need your friends, constantly need a little help from your friends. But Brightwing is also a global, so a lot of global. Are we going to have Falstad coming out? Are we just going to have the global triumvirate? Falstad, a Nubarak, and we'll say Illidan. We don't need a tank. Actually, no, the tank can be ETC. That Dur. Alright, there's the Dibbles being taken out. No Dibbles for the side of Citrus. Johanna versus Unknown so far. I do feel like the Dibbles is definitely a response to the Tychus getting banned out. Tychus getting banned out. Oh, I can see where that is very, very intimidating. For sure. I don't know if intimidating is the right word, but it's the word I use, so fight me. So yeah, the Tychus getting banned does imply that there is a Diablo coming. So Mesos does go with the variant. Denied the Anubarak. And then T-Cat. So there's going to be a lot of very blow-uppy engagements going on.
The apocalypse has come.
And here we go. Man, Ektar even told them. I definitely need to learn ETC in the offlane. There's no question about that. But we do have Dizonin. It's going to be Dizonin on the Cho'Gall. Ektar even warned them to ban Cho. So you made your own bed here. But there we do have Rambo. Every time I see this, I always think of this version of Hanzo as the midlife crisis Hanzo. Just getting a super like involved. Like, I still have my hair wig. It does not look like it fits on his like head at all. So with that, Joselle, I will point out we have a fairy dragon, so your dragon fetish is upheld. But regardless, here we go into the game. I will get predictions up. Put your money where your mouth is, and I will see you in, well, in game. There we go. Here we go into game number 1, winning the first match and trying to end this in a in a 2-0 domination. We do have a Lamort coming out here playing the Midlife Crisis Hanzo. T-Cat coming out with the Gray Daddy. We have Mesos on the variant. Stowe going to be on the Brightwing. And up in the top lane, we do have Ace playing that Tekken Dahaka, but opposing them on the other side of the battlefield. We do go ahead and have oh, they changed it. Little Soul got into it, so we have Lidator playing Cho and playing Gall, or Tater playing Gall and Little Soul playing the Cho. Do have Zesty going ahead and spraying on that there Rhaegar, and then Dizzy Wingman is on the Jo. That's interesting, Cho'Gall and Johanna both. And here is the Ronin. Two people down here to oppose the Cho'Gall. Oh, T-Cat taking a bunch of damage. I do think, yeah, that's going to be the first death as Cho comes up and goes ahead and gets very, very mean onto the werewolf. Hanzo does go ahead and get a little bit of damage. Lamort being like, leave my wolf man alone. But obviously, there's just so much health onto Cho'Gall.
Control of the shrines.
Well, Joselle, it's there. I don't know what to tell you. I even mentioned it was coming. You got no excuse, my friend. Ace is having a hard time. Daka does not do very well into ranged heroes, so we're going to kind of bully this lane almost as much as back when I said that's one of the reasons why Daka has a hard time into Rexxar, because Rexxar is half a ranged hero, and just trying to get forward and get a tongue onto Rexxar is almost impossible. Oh, that's annoying, Hector. I think I have it set to a minute. Let me just check real quick.
Hero slain.
I can't really tell. You know what? I'm going to delete it real quick and put it back up. Since two people are trying to bet, Malby, re-bet if you're going to. I will refund the points. Mainly because I want to see if it is set to a minute or if it somehow changed itself. No, yeah, it's set to 2 minutes, so that is a-okay. But it is back up. You should have like a minute and a half to notice it's there. Ronan does go ahead and get attacked by Lamort just a little bit. Does move back. We have Chol holding on the bottom of... 3 people at the bottom right now, still having to move back. There's Dizzy in the middle. That is interesting. The Dizzy Wingman was the offlaner, is now playing the Johanna. Meanwhile, a lot of aggression being done bottom lane. They're not necessarily trying to take the Dragon Knight. They're trying to make sure their opponents don't get it. And then the Tater is going to go ahead and get this taken out. I do love the fact that Tater is actually still in lane. There goes Ronan. Here comes Ace. Ace moving in there. Does actually get their tongue onto Sylvanas, which is unusual. Sylvanas trying to run for it. Lamort not interested in letting her go, but I do think Sylvanas... Oh my goodness! How illegal is this? There's no way Ronan should be alive right now. There's Zesty trying to go in and save them. Lamort is on the hunt, but Sylvanas goes ahead and jukes out of the way. Fantastic play. Like... I did not think Sylvanas was getting like trapped behind enemy lines. We were about to have to saving Private Ryan on Sylvanas. And look at the like flex here, being like, yeah, I've got no health. I'm still taking the top thing back. But unfortunately, we do gonna have Rhaegar being taken out. I believe we're about to have Dizzy Wingman being removed as well. That's a double kill for the side of Citrus Colored Squash. And meanwhile, someone left Greymane unattended in a lane. Wolfman Jack or the Wolfman Rar. I apologize, Joselle. You may have to click on the chat, but at this point it's over. I'm not putting it up again. We have Latater moving up here. We're going to be mean to Ace for just a second. Yeah, Ace, you're not going to win this. Although maybe you have friends coming because Latater's not interested in fighting you, which is surprising to me. Also did not get on the point, so I'm not 100% sure. We do have a little dragon becoming big dragon. For Joselle. Look at this big honking guy. He's like, I hate buildings. Okay, I'll stop. We do go to a nice arrow comes through, goes in and finishes off the Rhaegar, and they are moving forward. They've already taken the bottom lane. They are trying to move into mid lane right now.
Blue team has destroyed a fort.
Alright, they go ahead and give themselves an escape, take down the wall first of all. Trying to go ahead, they've got 2 of the forts down, they're looking at the 3rd. They will not get this fort. The Dragon Knight does not have enough health. They do go ahead and boot Jogal, but Jogal moves very wisely in order to not get pushed back. And this is going to be a retreat coming from Citrus Colored Squash. We do go ahead and have the Brickhouse moving up. The Brickhouse. But meanwhile, in the bottom lane, we do have a neutral camp being picked up by Lamort and Ace. Taking advantage of this. There is this camp being picked up by Brickhouse. We're pushing along the top lane into Brightwing, and Brightwing does get out of the way right before this is picked up. We may take a bit of damage, but we'll be A-okay. Here we have a big polymorph going into Dizzy Wingman. There is engagement, but Sylvanas is up top. And oh my gosh, such damage. I just saw, like, Johanna just sort of, like, melted. I'm not sure what did that, but I'm almost positive Curse Bullet was involved. Sylvanas was pushing top, but Tahaka showed up, and Sylvanas did go ahead and move down, is trying to help with his defense, especially with the loss of Johanna. Mind control does end up missing, not able to like pick that up. We have a camping picked up by CCS right now. Meso's in the front bush, trying to make sure no one moves in for free. Pop, pop. Alright, there's Ronan. Ronan doesn't get taken out. Goodbye, my friend, your name is Ronan.
Harness the power of sun and moon. Put an end to this cursed realm.
Here's Wingman moving up to the top lane. Up into Ace. A helpful place. So we do go ahead and have... Oh, T-Cat. T-Cat, I'm not sure you can do this. Okay, they're Stoic. Good. I'm like, yep, I think that is not enough health to finish this off. I had a concern. Latater does go ahead and move to the bottom. I love that name so much. I will never stop saying Latater. I mean, obviously I will when this game goes out. I'm not going to just start casting my next match tomorrow and just keep talking about Latater. Alright, there's Latater coming in. All 5 members are here. Stoic going to be assaulted in just a second. Let's go ahead and teleport to relative safety. There is the Cursive Bullet. Cursive Bullet comes out. Big taunt comes down. Sylvanas is no longer in this fight. Stoic actually survived it. I did not think. Fantastic blink heals. Getting away from the damage from Latater. Zesty is about to be zestfully cleaned up.
Slain.
And there is Latater in the back line. Latater in the back line to try and stay alive. Running dead and feeling fine. Oh wait, he died. I'm proud of that. About to have a dinosaur turn into a dragon. Something essence.
The flame cleanses all.
Ronan takes a bit of damage. We do go down Mesos. Mesos gets hit a little bit. Just take some cannon fire, but going to be okay. And here comes the Dargon. Alright, and there's the nice thing about the Dragonite, because the Dragonite's kit cooldown is about the same period of time as it takes to come back. And so the Dragon can just keep pushing Cho'Gall out of this fight, which actually removes 2 people, which is more than Dragonite usually gets. To have. And first keep of the game does go down, or as Alaric likes to say, your keep has been taken. Oh, the irony. Which is like my favorite voice line in all of Heroes of the Storm. It cracks me up. T-Cat taking a bunch of damage is going to have to go out real quick. I don't think they can get this fourth. There's still too many defenders. Although, as I say that, they almost take down the Cho'Gall. Cho'Gall will get safely back. They can do a little bit more damage. They're not even through shields yet, and we're only 15 seconds away from the full 5-man. So we're back healed up a little bit. But there's Tahaka gets the tongue, and that is going to be Hanzo securing that kill. We do go to have Sylvanas. I do think that this is going to be it. Barely got away on the side of the Granny. But T-Cat already back up. Zesty respawns is the only one. GG is called by Little Soul. And that is going to be a team wipe. And a core kill. For the side of the side of Citrus Colored Squash. So, let me see if I can go ahead and get a interview up for you all. Screen will go dark for just a second. Don't panic, it's supposed to. Excuse me while I just knock stuff over. Actually, you probably couldn't hear that, so that probably was not necessary to say. All right, and now that we are back, looking at the stats while I wait to see if I am joined by anyone, we do go and have leading in the terms of damage is Hanzo with 34,000. T-Cat does 30,000, though can kind of cheat, and then 28 coming out of Ace. And hello.
Hey, Raka, how are you doing?
Doing pretty well. How are you doing? How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling pretty good, yeah. It was a fun set. A little sweaty, but feeling good.
I've got to say, yeah, especially like game number one. Game number one, I did, like, you were getting, it was very, very back and forth, very swingy, but you were definitely getting pushed in. And then you just managed to take I won't say a miracle, but a really good team fight towards the end. And we're just able to push. I thought Brickhouse was like a 10th of a second away from wiping a third of your team. And then everyone survived somehow. So, A, fantastic job, Stoic. But B, what was that moment like for you?
Oh, I think the moment I was the first to die there, so I'm just sitting there. I don't think anyone's talking. Everyone's just microing their hearts out, and I think Lamort gets out like he bisects two circles, like the Stukov puddle and the May circle, and by a sliver, and we're all just clenched teeth. And then I think when we come out of that fight, I just started laughing because it was so ridiculous. Like lots of good micro plays there, and yeah, that was a fun one to be in, but it was very hard fought from Brickhouse, and big shout out to them. But it was nice to come out on top.
Oh, absolutely. I did find it a little bit surprising, I said a little bit twice because it's a very little bit. But I did see a bit surprising that when you get Protector, I noticed that you put your 2 DPS in the Protector, which is not something I usually see because kind of what we saw happen is when both your DPS are in the Protector, it's really, really hard to protect your backline, and they just got very, very mean on poor Stoic.
Yeah, yeah, that's something that we talked about after Stoic and I got ran up on. We were like, Stoic and I shouldn't have been in that part of the map, and we got punished a little bit. Yeah, I think I don't remember if that was the plan. Like we never discussed who was going to go in the Protector and in like what phase of the game. So there's a little bit of confusion there. And yeah, we got punished for it, but managed to swing the game our way in the end.
Bobby, just barely, but yes.
Yeah, barely.
Moving into game number 2. We do go and obviously first I have to ask about the Cho'Gall. Were you at all expecting that Cho'Gall to show up?
Brickhouse made a joke about it, and I kind of took it as a joke, so I was not expecting it. It's like a double fake. They said someone was trying to get us to pick 2 heroes in the first pick, and Ace said Cho'Gall ? And then we had like a conversation about Cho'Gall. And then they ended up picking it, so it was wild.
It was definitely unexpected. I do have to say, thank goodness you had the option to get Greymane, because that really helped out.
Yeah, we took the Greymane into the Joe and the Rhaegar, which is a little bit... I pushed for that, and I think we were a little bit suspect on that call, but it ended up working out. We really like I feel like we like the Greymane on the map. It gives a lot of pressure on different parts of the map. And for me, my thought process was we don't like to stay in one place when we run D-Shire, so hopefully we could be far enough away from the Joe and the Rhaegar that it wouldn't be as hard of a counter into the Greymane. And then the Cho'Gall came and it kind of threw all that out the window, so.
Well, I mean, very, very hard fought victory, very well played. I do have to say though, we talked about this before the game. What is up with banning Deathwing on Dragonshire? We agreed that was illegal.
I know we know that they like to play it a lot, Brickhouse, and one of our strategies is we like to ban comfort. So they're comfortable on Deathwing and the Tassadar and some other heroes. So we just decided to get them on uncomfortable picks and see if we can make our game plan happen.
Well, it definitely makes sense. Last question I always ask, or at least a variant of this. Why did you guys name yourself Citrus Colored Squash?
Yeah, we, Ace and Lamort and Stoic and Summer had a team called, oh man, something gourd, like good gourd or some gourd pun. So we wanted to make sure that we incorporated either gourds or squashes and not pumpkins into our name when we joined up with CCS. So we ended up with citrus colored squash.
I do have to say it is much easier to incorporate squash than gourds because gourd does not start with C or S.
That's true. Yeah, that would have been a little difficult. Yeah, but we're coming into gourd and squash season, so get your cornucopias out and display them proudly.
So those are all the questions I had for you, but of course I need to give you the option to give the very, very obvious shout out. Although before I do, I have to say, where is Summer? I never get to cast her.
Yeah,
Grumpy?
That's a conversation you'll have to have with Summer. No, she's been playing. She's played, I think, 2 games this season. She moved to be the 6th position on the roster, and we get to hang out with her a good bit. But sadly, was not playing tonight. So
I'm gonna have to check with her to find out if she's playing before I pick you up again.
I'll let you know next time she's on the schedule, so you can pick it up. How about?
No promises, but I'll try.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, any shout outs you want to give?
Yeah, shout outs to Summer. Thanks for holding it down. Shouts to the Gorditos, all the Gord dudes out there. Ace Lamort, Stoke, and T. You guys make it fun to play, and I probably wouldn't be playing this game if it wasn't for the squash team that's going. And shouts to Brickhouse for a great match, and shouts to Raka, shouts to CCS, shouts to Valkamir and Wits and Valk's mom.
There we go. I was waiting for that. I'm like, you better not forget.
I forgot it 1 through twice, so I want to make sure. What else? Yeah, just get those cornucopias out. And hashtag, Gorditos or something.
You're so good at social media. Hashtag something or other.
Something or other. Cornucopia. I don't know. I'm trying to see how many times I can say cornucopia in this interview.
You're up to 5?
Yeah. Crushing it.
But
Copious cornucopia squash or something. That's the next name.
I will look forward to it, but hopefully you can use the same logo because you guys are bad at getting a logo.
Yeah, that's true. Just got it. Fresh logo. But thank you so much. I hope you have a good night.
I'll do my best. Getting back to art in just a second, but I will let you enjoy the after party.
Thanks. See ya.
And with that, I will go ahead and end. Let me just see. I think the sound is still playing. So let me see if I can get you guys over to the sound. Currently is casting Reset City versus Shut Up and Rage. Oh, that's actually King Andrew, not sound. But you know what? I said it first, so it's King Andrew. Let's go. Ah! I'm back. This is the second time I'm gonna knock that over because I'm a pro. Oh, gosh dang it. I can't spell.